Let's talk about why you should train in a fasted state. So fasting, referring to water only, has gone into your body, so you're without food or any source of fuel. And if you've done reset, your body's starting to burn fat, and you can check this with ketone strips. This concept of fat burning is not for weight loss necessarily, although it can be a step towards that. But this is what is needed when we're trying to correct a blood sugar instability. Your body should be going back and forth between sugars as a source of fuel and fats. Sugars are fast acting, whereas fats are more stable. This explains why somebody with a blood sugar or blood sugar fat instability issue is having fluctuating energy levels, they're kind of having cravings, chasing their food, sleep disruption, and they're either going to gain weight or start peeing out those mishandled sugars. So they're waking up at night to pee, maybe they're getting calf cramps because dehydration from peeing too much because they're peeing out the sugars, and urinary tract infections. There's a lot of kidney things that follow suit, kidney conditions, and actually if you look at the advanced version of this, which would be the diabetic pattern, diabetes comes with a lot of kidney problems for this very reason. They're peeing out sugars. But once you make sure that you're fat burning, you've done reset, you've done phase one, you've checked ketone strips, you know that your body's able to burn fat efficiently now, you're fat adapted, so to speak. Now go training, and there's a few things that you're doing by doing training fasted. One is that you're putting mileage on a road where your body's burning fat as fuel, which makes you more efficient during the rest of the week. There was an exercise physiologist named Edmund Burke, and he wrote a book on this topic, and he had all his athletes do this for athletic purposes. But basically, once you're fat burning and you do a low intensity, long duration exercise, like go for a hike, if you just go do your exercise fasted, you're going to be burning fat, which is going to be better for your blood sugar stability and better for weight management. But if you do the extended low intensity, long duration exercise, like you go for a hike for 3 to 4 hours. If you're in Southern California, go to somewhere like Torrey Pines and just enjoy the scenery. Don't pay attention to the fact that you're not eating, you haven't eaten for the day, and you're doing all this exercise, and 3-4 hours goes by where you're moving your body. You're in an increased rate of metabolic use, right? You're using fuel more, but it's not so intense that you switch to sugar burning. Right? Remember, high intensity training requires sugar. You're moving, there's moments where you might climb a hill, that could be like an interval, but for the most part, you're low intensity with long duration. But this longer stretch of time in a fat burning state actually changes your metabolism, according to Edmund Burke, for the next few weeks. This is a concept that I used to use with personal training clients sometimes. Get fat burning and then do low intensity, long duration. The problem is that most people don't want to do that. They want to hit the weights, they want to do something exciting, and low intensity, long duration is boring. But the good news is that you don't have to do it all the time. Even if you do it one time, according to Dr. Burke, even if you do it one time, it's going to dramatically change how your body is managing fuels. That means you do reset, you get fat burning, and then you go do some exercise. You should be exercising anyways, maybe going for walks or hikes or jogs or something. This is kind of all low intensity, so that's kind of like what you might do here and there, good for cardiovascular health. Like I said, intervals actually make it even better because that spike of intensity, you're not staying there and burning up your adrenals and making sugar, but you're just visiting the land of intensity. That's going to give you the stress overload to create an adaptive response in the body, and you're going to get more fit, cardiovascularly speaking. But the rest of the time, low intensity, long duration, which is boring. But if you've done reset and you're fat burning and you go out and just plan like a all-day hike or something, and you definitely want to take a snack in the event that you feel uncomfortable. There's no reason to push it if you're not feeling well. But if you successfully make it through your 3-hour bike ride or something, and you're fasted and you're fat adapted before doing this, it's going to be a game changer. Of course, you can't go wrong with weight training, yoga, Pilates. These are all types of exercises that challenge the body, get you fit, bring up muscle tone without keeping you high intense like that 45-minute or 1-hour spin class that is good for athletic training, good for maybe personal fitness pursuits when you're younger, But as you get a little bit older, it's too costly on the adrenal gland system, and if you're really trying to manage your weight, it's not really putting mileage on the road of getting your body used to burning fat.